Hey everybody, this is Bill again, and you're watching New York Sports with an Attitude. And I think I've got a bit of an attitude because it was the same old Mets last night. It was totally bad pitching from Lugo, 5 innings pitched, 5 runs. I was kind of surprised because he's been one of the rare bright spots for the Mets, but he was very hittable last night. And of course, the offense was practically non existent. We actually did get some base runners, but you know when I knew we were going to lose last night's game? Early in the game. Because we had back to back innings where we had second and third, nobody out, and didn't score. So I knew right then this game is not going to go our way. But there was a little bit of a bright spot if you want to look at it. We had previously been 3 for 52 with runners in scoring position until Frazier finally got a double with runners in scoring position to drive in a run. And that made it second and third with nobody out. The previous inning before that, we had second and third, nobody out, and didn't score. And as soon as we finally got a big hit to tie the game, again we had second and third, nobody out, and we didn't score. So I knew the second and third inning when we didn't score in those positions, I knew we were going to lose the game. And of course we did. Lugo didn't pitch well, as he's been pitching well all year. He wasn't any good, so it was the same old story. Lack of hitting, lack of timely hitting, even terrible base running. Plawecki's on first base. Rosario's up. Rosario's trying to bunt him over to second base. He goes to bunt. Plawecki takes a couple of big steps towards second base. I don't know why. Rosario didn't put the bunt down, and the catcher picked him off at first base. I'm like, really? How about waiting until the bunt is down before you take off? You're slow. They'll probably get you at second base anyway. But wait till the bunt is down on the ground and take off. And I just knew, with the second and third things, not scoring the runs in those back-to-back innings, Plawecki's stupid base running. I was just watching, Dominic Davis got a couple of hits, which I'm kind of surprised. I'm still not convinced he's going to be any good. But we have no speed on the bases. Anybody else on Davis's double, they would have scored from first base. But, Joey Batista was running and, he didn't score. We just have no speed. It's just so frustrating watching them. The lack of hitting, the lack of timely hitting. Even when we get stretches where we get good pitching, we don't win any games because the offense isn't there. Occasionally when we get offense, then the bullpen just comes in and blows everything up. So, like I said yesterday, lifelong Mets fan. That's never going to change. But right now it's just really, really frustrating being a Mets fan. Because what can they do? The minor league system has nothing. We don't spend money to get anybody that's good. But I don't notice the ticket prices going down. I'm sure they're not going down. They'll keep, boosting those prices every year, even though the Mets aren't any good. And like I said yesterday, it feels like 300 years ago that we were in the World Series, and I don't see anything changing, anytime soon. But anyway, this is going to be a short rant. Yesterday was long because it was the first video I've ever done, so I was just talking about a whole bunch of different things. But I'm not going to go too long today. Tonight's a new night, 10-10 out in Arizona. Steven Matz is going for us tonight. And as inconsistent as he is, and I think, he's not very strong-minded, it seems, whenever something starts to go bad, unlike DeGrom, who just says, yeah, I'm going to get these next two guys or whatever, it seems to snowball for Matz. He gives up a couple of hits, and he can't shut the door. He'll just throw in some more hits, and then before you know it, the game gets away from him. But in his defense, lately he has been pitching much better, and he's actually really good on the road. And he's going to have to be because, when we played Arizona and swept them earlier in the year, we were playing well, they were playing terribly. Now, we're playing terribly, and they're tearing the cover off the ball, as they've shown us the last two nights. Hopefully Matz will continue his upward swing, especially on the road, because we need a dominant performance, and we need the offense to show up and get some timely hits. We went from 10 games over 500 in April. Now we're 10 games under 500, which means since that 11-1 start, we're 20 games under 500. One of the worst teams in baseball since then. We need to change that. Let's start with Mats tonight, and let's start some winning going. This losing, and not just losing, but the way we're losing, it's so frustrating. So, let's go Mats. Let's go Mats. Let's go Mets tonight. Don't forget to follow me on YouTube, New York Sports with an Attitude. This will be downloaded soon. Keep watching and keep rooting for the Mets. Thanks a lot for watching. Let's go Mets. We'll see you next time. See you.